Welcome back to iCarly. It's all for real.
And copyright strike, so we
yeah,
have to move
right.
on.
You're right.
Welcome back to another episode of Enjoy the Buzz.
Bro, do they have like a free trial for Paramount?
I don't know.
Because like if they do, even if it's just like a week, bro, I'm like wait until that season's over.
Until the entire thing.
Because it looks dope. They're grown up. We got Steve back.
I've been told Spencer is
Steve
extremely
and Drake and Josh.
funnier in this show, so I'm kind of in that boat too.
I'm stoked. So. It's like our age people of like versions of Cougar Town now, from what I'm seeing in the trailers. So I feel like that's pretty exciting. It's obvious we like to drink here and enjoy the buzz.
The fact you said Cougar Town too, because that was such a significant show for like our parents' age at a certain point.
Not necessarily. Okay, it was mine and my mom's show because we're the little alkies in the family. So like we would get excited and like that's what got me into wine. I used to hate wine in the beginning. You should put on Cougar Town. We're like, yep, it's wine time. And clink, and we're watching fucking Cougar Town. Courtney Cox, Busy Phillips, and all that. I even know their names.
Damn, that's impressive. It's been so long for that show. But you know, I'm trying to figure out a way to transition there. But you know, like you're saying, you watching the show is everything.
Right.
You know,
and there's a lot of trailers that we've been seeing.
Yeah,
a lot
there's
lately.
a lot of trailers, a lot of cool things. And you know, we want to take a page out of kind of the staples and the legends and some of the greats of this format and everything.
Yeah, we thought like, you know what? You know, we talk about movie trailers and stuff like that, but we're not doing it justice. We want you to be a part of what we're seeing as well, you know? So we had a little funny idea with, you know, we might do more than video games and stuff, but our title is called, it's called Screen Lookers, which is, you know, we're like screen watchers and video games and shit like this. Yeah. It's funny. You'll get it.
You'll get it. Just
Real the thing.
Watch the sketch. It'll be good. Hello, Internet, and welcome to ETV Presents the Screen Watchers, Screen Lookers.
Memories of struggles buried deep in the hearts, typical Square Enix.
And it looks like they're reusing the same assets they have been doing for many, many years.
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, an 8th version of Ansem shows up, to be honest.
It's his 16th different form across 4 different universes.
I mean, his eyes are kind of yellow. He could be Ansem.
That is very true. But look at that ocean. Wide as it can be. Is there content? No.
Beautiful ocean. Look at the clouds. You're telling me I could fly above the clouds? Wow. Groundbreaking. We've been like stuck in quarantine for so long we forgot what it's like to travel the world, you know? I think that's what they were going for here, you know? Like, oh, you can't travel? Here's the world. Experience Tokyo. It looks like Samus's new outfit was redesigned by Tony Stark himself.
They're really taking that aesthetic, especially as he's being chased by AI. They're really stealing a lot of Marvel ideas on this one.
Right? Samus got the bleeding edge over here.
And the main protagonist, or antagonist from WALL-E, decides to show up.
It's a mix of Ultron and Eevee.
Apparently, just being a ship wheel wasn't enough for that robot.
So does that mean will WALL-E pull up to save the day?
I mean, there's already enough robots in the situation. I wouldn't mind seeing another one.
Or the little roach homie.
And now, a next installation of your sketchiest Rule 34 search. Whether or not to feel guilty or like a predator.
Is that the first time we're getting a Squid character with that shade of dark?
Ah, so Splatoon also celebrates Juneteenth then. And there's the power of just being really good friends and nothing else.
Life is strange. True.
No, I had the first 2 girls hook up with each other in my playthrough.
Will this creature be in the game?
No, it would not.
No. Say goodbye to it forever.
You gotta love this company because their first game they came out with shots, you know? Outer Worlds 1, they're like from the creators who made like the good Fallout, you know?
It's almost as if original ideas can exist. And good sequels.
Deadass, you know, every single developer is watching this trailer with their butthole so clenched.
Because the developers haven't finished the design. Or finished the story. Or finished any gameplay that's actually ready to show.
You know, I don't know what it is about this year. You know, we got Splatoon, we got, you know, this, you know, little hookup scene, and I don't know if you've been on top of OnlyFans lately, but 2021 has been the year of tentacles. Thank you for watching Screen Lookers.
Whether or not you'll see another one, you have to look to find out.
Keep looking at your screen. Don't stop screen looking.
You can't stop.
Because you're a bitch-ass screen looker.
It's a new thing that we're trying to work on, and it's going to be fairly regularly. And, you know, it's a new format. We're trying to make the best content we can.
Trying to grow and, you know, pick out, you know, all the cool ins and outs and stuff.
And not only do we have sketches, we also have reoccurring, like, different segments and
whatnot, too. So we'll still be having sketches for sure. Yeah. Right? And the sketches will be a little better, but for sure, weekly, expect some screen lookers.
But, you know, it's a brand new segment. I feel like it turned out pretty dope.
Yeah.
And, you know, that requires us to cheers.
I've been, like, eager after talking about the iCarly drinking Cougar Town thing, so I'm with it.
Alright, that was a lot more impressive than mine was. I get it. I understand.
Salud.
So, this week, actually, like we said in the cold open, probably should not have took a drink till after I said the words I was trying to say. Anyways.
I mean, you opened up a cold one, which is kind of funny.
That is. You know, a lot of dope trailers have recently been dropping. And, you know, something that we have been seeing in a long time, which we'll start off first, is horror movie trailers.
And 2 classic ones, too.
So, I will let you take the first one, because I know it's more...
The first one is, like, one of my favorite movies growing up. You know, I had this cool, like, edgy aunt who put me on all Children of the Corn and everything, you know? And one of those movies was Candyman. And then, like, my punk ass dad would like to scare the shit out of us when it's dark. And he had a deep voice, so he would always, like, low-key just... Candyman, because I would always watch horror, but I was a little punk pussy. Now, Jordan Peele is making the newest Candyman, and
which is
as
awesome.
We've seen his horror track record, like it's gonna be fucking amazing, you know. Like I have no doubts whatsoever. So I couldn't think of anyone better to remake that movie too.
Honestly, that is possibly the best candidate for it, because like Jordan Peele with the movies that he's created with you know, Get Out, and I always forget the name of the second one.
Right. It's Us.
Us, yeah. You would think that'd be so easy to fucking remember.
No, simple little 2-letter words is kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it. That's the one that fucked me up. Anyways, like those movies are very good about like the social, like the psychological factor of it.
Yeah.
Very good at building the tension and everything.
Definitely.
Candyman being the, you know, the one of those like La Llorona type characters where you say or like in the mirror 3 times.
Did you ever do that?
I never did that. I have a very strict rule. You do not play with the dead. You do not fuck with spirits. Even if they don't exist, you don't tempt it.
I learned that later, like after, like, you know, I started getting worried and stuff like that. But in, like, kindergarten or elementary school, like, I had no fear. Everyone would go to the bathroom, taking turns, pricking our fingers, saying Bloody Mary or Candyman. We would do both.
Yeah.
Luckily, we survived.
I do not fuck with that shit. But I'm really excited to see that because Jordan Peele is probably, like you said, it's the best option for this type of movie. And it's been a while since we've had one of these, like, you know, say the name 3 times, killer shows up, and, like, how that develops. And I'm really excited. I'm so happy for these horror movies in general coming back, man. It's so cool.
I'm excited for just movie theater life coming back. To actually see these things in theaters is crazy. Like, I don't know, the last time I've been in theater, I think the last time I went to theaters was for My Hero Academia.
That's true.
That was the very last time.
Movie.
Right.
The same for myself.
And during coronavirus, you know, we would walk to the movie theaters and they would have posters and, like, it would be like Sonic the Hedgehog and, like, wow, like, it was like a moment in time. So I'm so excited that we all have our freedom again. Be safe, though. Corona's still out there.
Yeah, be safe. You know, wear your mask, be vaccinated, all that fun stuff. But also, you know, something that is, like we said, is returning, and it's the next installation from actually a pretty damn good reboot that it's been having recently.
Is it, before I say the director.
Halloween Kills.
Is it still Rob Zombie?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think the most recent one with Jamie Lee Curtis has been Rob Zombie. But the movie, like the most recent of the reboot series, honestly was really dope to see. And like it's just cool to see one of these staples of, you know, this like lineage of like really prolific horror characters, like actually being done justice and actually being done correctly. And I feel like Halloween honestly has had the best track record of coming back every time. Because the Rob Zombie one was super sick. It was demented as all hell, but it is a Rob Zombie.
Yeah, as expected. Honestly, I love all the classics, even the corny ones. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, especially the corny ones, like Jason X or Freddy vs. Jason, you know?
Fucking, like, when Jason melts through that, like, the mesh wall, and, like, it's like a liquid metal and returns. Or, like, space, it's like, come on, man.
Like, when the Cambers are, like, you know, doing coitus, and he bags them up and just flings them against the tree nonstop. Thinks of these deaths. Like, they're really, like, the people who made Jason X, they're like, alright, like, this is the 10th movie. We gotta go balls to the wall with all the fucking kills, bro.
And, you know, for me, I have a special, like, Jason has a special place in my heart.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's actually the first horror movie and, like, the first, like, slasher killer movie.
Right.
That I was able to actually enjoy as a kid. Because I was you were, call yourself punk, but I was a little bitch with anything horror.
I get that. That was, like, one of the first ones, and Freddy to be, like, mainstream. Mm-hmm. The only ones I didn't care for too much was, like, Halloween, because those too, like, brood and boring for me. Like, sure, I like horror, I like darkness, but like, add some entertainment. I want to chuckle at least once or twice throughout the movie, you know? Like, sure, Jason still has the thing going on, but at least there's always a cool cast of, like, young, crazy people, you know?
Hey, I mean, Halloween did have Busta Rhymes in one of the movies.
I mean, okay, good show.
In which he was actually boxing Jason.
But that was in the era where every horror movie was bringing in a hip-hop rapper. It was like, you know, like Deep Blue Sea had LL Cool J, and then we had freaking, like,
Ice Cube and Anaconda.
And then in Bride of Chucky, we had Redman, you know? Like, it was just non-stop hip-hop and horror movies back in that time, you know?
Shit, I never realized that, yeah. We even had Leprechaun in the Hood. Holy shit! No, we actually had a lot of hip-hop influences in horror back in the day. That's actually pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
I never thought about that.
It's just kind of like rendered right now, you know?
Alright, so, okay, let's do a very short one because it's a pretty jam-packed episode. We got a lot we want to go through. What is the horror movie you want to see come back, and who's the rapper you want to see featured?
I was thinking you would say that.
I'm glad we're on the same boat on this one.
I see your wavelength. Alright. I would like to see... Okay, first, let's start... What's, like, a cool, like... I want to see a new Gothica movie, alright?
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so who's going to replace Halle Berry? I know it's going to be a tough one. Cardi B.
I like her when they're like, shit, but without saying it.
And she's like, oh, shit, what's this? I got stick. Offset, tell Culture I love him forever, okay? I don't think I'm gonna make it, girl. I'm telling you. Oh, it's the devil. That's hilarious.
Oh my god, that is pretty funny, man. Shit, I don't even know what to say anymore, honestly. That really kind of takes the cake for me. Actually, okay. I want to see another Underworld movie. And I want to see Beano in it. I want to see Beano as this, like, regal motherfucking vampire, man.
He'll be, like, such an introspective vampire.
Yeah.
He'll be all, like, it's not that I want to do it, but I just, I'm hungry, and, I'm more powerful, so, like, I apologize. I hope you had a good life. If you want to make it painless, I can make it painless. If you want to run, it's gonna be what it is.
That'd be just super interesting to see, like, just Beano as this fucking head honcho vampire. It's like, alright, yeah. And I've kind of followed my rule. We're doing this free flow kind of thing.
Did DC Youngfly used to rap?
I think so, yeah. I think,
like, he still does, but he does, like what do you call it, parody raps now? But
right. But I remember back then he used to rap, right?
He did underground. I think he still does underground stuff, though.
I'm not too sure, though.
I would like to see DC Youngfly playing Shaggy's role. I know his name. I don't know why I forgot all of a sudden. I'm a big fan of him. But in 13 Ghosts.
Oh!
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. That comedy relief and just him freaking out while everyone's just normal people trying to figure out a situation.
Okay, alright. I know we said only one, but...
And he's just making fun of all the 13
You said 13 Ghosts. That's... Okay. There's, 7 people in 13 Ghosts? 7 rappers for 13 Ghosts. One of them DC Young Fly. Another one got to be Kevin Hart because he's like Little Chocolate Drop.
Oh, okay.
You're taking me to Kevin Hart. All right,
You're right. He did do a song with Trey Songz. He did do that shit.
So we got 2. We got DC Young Fly. We got Kevin Hart. How can you make 13 Ghosts the funniest fucking rap?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. All right, that's 3.
Okay.
That's 3.
The fool who says, living my best life.
Duval, Lil Duval.
Yeah,
Lil Duval.
That was funny.
Yeah. Living my best
Okay.
life.
Zach
Yeah.
Fox. I gotta throw Zach Fox in
Vince
there.
Staples.
Vince Staples.
Can we throw Kenny Beats in there?
No,
He's not a rapper, but
if I would get Denzel Curry.
Okay.
Denzel Curry will be the scariest of them all.
But he'll be loud as fuck too.
Alright, okay, we got 7 pretty easily. Let's just round up the final 5.
Cool. Wait, so they're the ghosts now?
Yeah, they're the
Oh,
ghosts.
okay, fuck it. All right, let this game.
One has to be like a really nice one because like there's the mom, remember?
Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky.
Okay,
It got
Lil
it.
He just kind of goes like, "Come on, guys."
He's
you
like,
guys lie."
I don't think this is right. As Ghost,
there's
we
more
should
painless
probably
ways of
rethink
killing these
this.
people, you know?
Like, this is very inhumane.
Right? At the least we could do with like a decapitation, you know? But like you're cutting their toes one by one. Like, what is that? Like, is that even fun to you? How deranged do you have to be?
Alright, we need to throw one female rapper in there for 13 Ghosts.
Rico Nasty.
Rico Nasty.
I'm glad we're on the same fucking wavelength.
Rico Nasty.
She would be crazy, that motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Alright, we got 9 of this one so far. Oh shit.
There's gotta be that one super fine ass one too.
Female or male?
Male. I'm sorry, female. You threw me off there. Remember the naked one? He was like crawling
okay,
around.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Of like the 3 like bad bitches.
SZA.
She kind of, I don't know, she lost a lot of weight though. I kind of missed her thickness.
But she's still fine.
I was kind of like leaning towards Meg a little bit.
Meg Thee
I say
Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion or Doja Cat.
Doja
Doja
Cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
Doja
Doja
Cat.
Cat would be hella funny.
Doja Cat,
Yeah. We got 3 more. 3 more. Alright, we need a big motherfucker in that too. Because you got the guy with the sledgehammer and whatnot. I feel like Busta Rhymes would take that spot.
Busta Rhymes will fit that pretty good.
He already does a horror movie, so we got 2 more.
Hell yeah. Alright,
Who
2
we
more.
missing? We missing like a big bloaty motherfucker. Because of the big boy.
Rick Ross.
But he's not chunky no more though.
Oh
Yeah, he got
he
brolic now.
got hella big.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who else could we throw in
DJ Khaled.
He'll be the Banshee. There's the Banshee. The one who always singing. Perfect.
We the best.
He's just like haunting you with a pair of sneakers. We the best.
We the best.
Major
key alert. That's how he comes through.
You hear him coming from far away. We gotta run.
DJ Khaled.
They don't want us to live.
They don't want us here.
That's fucking awesome. Alright, who's the last one to round it all off?
Last one.
Last one to round it all off.
I would say old Tyler. I mean, I love new Tyler, but
Tyler
old Tyler's crazy.
Old Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what? Oh, Goblin?
Yeah, Goblin
Yeah.
Tyler. Like he will just fuck everything
Oh,
up
yeah.
just for the sake of it. You
That
know,
was-
even after he kills all the sacrifices, he's like, I still want to fuck shit up. Let's
That
go.
was when he was talking to his therapist in that one scene where he was that alter ego.
Yeah.
Right.
Using a lot of that alter ego stuff.
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah,
That's when he
he
was
had
like,
a couple
nah.
of those. Ace, it was a bunch.
Yeah, there was a bunch of.
It was
but
Ace,
This,
Wolf.
this was Wolf Haley, I
Haley.
think.
Wolf Haley.
Wolf Haley,
Yeah.
because after this they went to the Camp Flognog and they did.
And then
that
the
whole
Deep
thing.
Voice was another name too.
Yeah.
Golf.
No, but yeah, that was a whole
That
thing.
was a
Like, he
whole
had
lot,
crazy
yeah.
personalities. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Damn,
dope.
man, I kind of forgot that Tyler used to
Right?
do that
He
shit
did
so
a
well,
lot
too.
with.
He's a
Even
pretty
though
cool
it
segment.
sounded like
Hey, yo.
even though like it sounded a little like okay, there's a lot going on, like he's just an angry teen. Like
at the time, that was cool though. It was
yeah,
edgy,
but
it was
it made
fun.
sense. Like
I'm
if
a
you
walking
understood
fucking
like
paradox.
what he was
No, I'm
talking
not.
about, like yeah,
Yeah.
everything was like he was talking to his therapist about
Yeah.
all this shit. Like
Yeah.
everything was fictional, but at the same time, he just needed to release this. And then throughout the albums, there was
Right.
just different scenarios with different people, and him just healing himself to Igor, and then you're like, whoa.
He's had like the best transition.
Yeah.
And you know, okay, all right, fuck it. Segue. Speaking of the evolution of Tyler, you know, we recently got like, I think it was this week or the like just tail end of last week. Fucking out of nowhere announced full album gonna drop June 25th.
And that's how he always does it, which I love. He doesn't do this weird hype shit. He's like, once it's ready to drop, he's like, he announces
And it
it.
takes about 2 years.
It does.
It really does.
I'm cool with that. Look
Yeah,
at Frank.
And you know what?
I'm
He
kind of
said
old.
it.
I'm done with Frank. I'm like over waiting with Frank, you know. But yeah.
So the new album is called Call Me If You Get Lost.
Yeah.
And immediately hearing the title, I'm thinking it's gonna be like some like Flower Bomb, you know, or not Flower Bomb. The most recent album, I forgot the name of it. How can I forget the name of it?
Flower Boy?
Flower Boy.
Flower
That's
Boy,
what it is.
yeah. You're
I'm
thinking
thinking
Cherry Bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cherry
Mixed the
Bomb.
two
Yeah,
together.
that was after Flower Boy.
Yeah. No, Cherry
Cherry's
Bomb
before.
then it's Flower Boy.
and then
Yeah.
Flower Boy,
So hearing the title makes me think it's another Flower Boy project, and I'm kind of cool with that. But at the same time, like I want to see his rapping chops again because he's been throwing some pretty dope singles of him just rapping.
I don't know,
hard.
like, cause you got the title, and then the title is stamped over like a card with them, kind of like a handout, like like a self-help, like call this number if you need kind of help thing. So that's kind of what I'm getting out of the title and the album artwork. So I feel like it's kind of gonna like it's gonna be some like introspective, more like self-help kind of album. That's what I'm trying to like. That's that's what I'm getting out of it.
I don't know if that's just it because like a lot of the singles that he's been dropping recently,
Right.
like have been, you know, especially a lot of like he had songs with ASAP Rocky, you know,
Right.
and he keeps on coming out with like these really dope rap singles, and it's like I don't know, it feels like there's gonna be more than just that, and I feel like this is gonna be a very diverse album in comparison to like how like we just said like Flower Boy was very much this very for the most part, like this kind of same tone and the kind of like same sound that he's been like going for that time. Cherry Bomb was very similar, kind of
Very similar, yeah.
Like the tone of it, like you understood all the way through. And I feel like this is maybe Call Me If You Get Lost. This could be that English teacher. It was a red door because he was angry at his mother growing up. Kind of like very looking deep into the title. But I feel like maybe this is like his resurgence of combining all the different personalities he's created and like bringing them
That's
together
true. Go ahead,
Can I say something?
Malcolm.
on
So-
camera.
Hey, it's me, Kai. Whoa.
He's back.
So, what was the last album? Was the last album Igor?
It was
Yeah.
Igor, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, some weird reason there's a story behind all his albums, and the story behind Igor. Well, before Igor is like he was getting into, it was Flower Boy and stuff like that. That was when he was contradicting all his old shit, where he was like, how he was very homophobic. Well, his alter ego was homophobic, but it was him just hiding what he actually is and his emotions and true stuff. And Igor, he came out like he's gay-ish, but that's the thing. The whole album is about a man that loves another woman, but he's in a relationship with this man, and he can't get over this man, and he wants this man to keep staying with him. That's why. Yeah. That's the whole. That's the story behind the album. And if you remember, like there was a part in the song where it was like, "Don't leave, it's my fault." He was telling the guy not to leave and stuff like that. And then the last song was still. The last song of that was "Can We Be Friends?" That was after like the whole Igor shit, everything happened, and he became like, okay, you know what, I can't be your main one, but I'll be your Igor kind of shit.
Right.
So
That's crazy.
So
I didn't know
after that, that was the last album. So this, as Steve was saying, like he might be healing. This is a help me kind of shit. Like he's healing from that breakup, that thing that he was like. Because also there was another song where he was like you gave me something good, even though it was like for a small time. Like I enjoyed all this that you showed me and stuff like that. So what if he's healing from that in this album and he's gonna talk about that shit? That's what I
You guys see the track list? the track list, the features?
I have not. I'm pretty good about like anytime there's a new album coming out. Like I don't want to see the track list. I don't want to see the features.
Bro, you'll like it. You'll like it.
I've seen it. I've seen so many albums where like, oh, this track is gonna be the best one on it, and then like I listen to the combination. It's like, yo, it's not what I wanted. Like there could have been so much different.
There's two specific ones I'm looking forward to the most. Alright, for sure.
Alright, but when it comes out, we'll definitely talk about it. We'll talk about review and whatnot. And speaking, not as a giant news segment in terms of music and like the rap industry wise, but Headshot for the Locals did come out. Isaiah Rashad's newest single. What's your thoughts on it? How you like in comparison to Lay With Y'all?
Right. So like the first one, like I thought it was like cool, but like the replayability was like not there because I love the arrogance in that one part of the song, but it just doesn't fit with the rest of the song. You know?
Really doesn't. Yeah.
This new one though, just sonically, it's perfect. It's right. It's Isaiah Rashad in full form. And I remember hearing rumors about this song too. A lot of people hyping it up. Yep. I was trying to ignore that because I didn't hear it myself, and I wanted to hear the studio version. But it lives up to the hype. This shit is hot. It's hot.
Yes, it is. And then also in combination, the episode he did with Kenny Beats on the Cave. The freestyle that he did was super fucking brutal.
Right.
And then like the pseudo freestyle track, I think it might have been a freestyle track. It was like 200 and like / something else. That track was also him laying bars and just really going in, like in a very Isaiah Rashad fashion. It's not like super aggressive like when Kenny goes in.
His wordplay is insane though.
But yeah, like Isaiah, like you know when he's really feeling himself and really like he says all the time, I got the music for the vibers. It's very much like a super solid vibe, and I'm really loving his flow. That how much is matured over the time.
Yeah, there's an insane matureness, and it's crazy because I already thought lyrically he was like the best in TDE, and now just like the delivery is there too now.
Heck yeah, and just how fun some of the tracks are, and just hearing like with the ad-libs in the back, he's like kind of having a conversation with himself too, but it's like hyping himself up, and then you kind of get hyped up with it too. I'm just super fucking excited for the Isaiah Rashad track, for the album to come out. And, like we're talking about, Tyler is dropping an album June 25th.
Right. And typical TD fashion does not like competition.
They do not. So this kind of came out the blue. And now I'm scared that maybe Top Dog can say, hey, this album's ready, fresh, cooked, ready to go. Yeah. But now you're not going to be the top dog on the billboards for this one.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I'd be disappointed if it happened, but I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, like TDE is always holding shit out. Like they didn't put a single thing out the whole quarantine just because they wanted to milk, the tour, obviously.
Heck yeah.
But it's like fuck, like at least drop a couple things here and there. Give us another unreleased like album with. Like it doesn't have to be Kendrick exclusive, but like with the rest of TDE.
Or let your members go out and do rap shit somewhere else. Like speaking of the Cave, there was already one episode filmed, produced, and everything with Isaiah Rashad, and they had to scrap it because they were like, no, this is during the quarantine. Right. We don't want traction. We want to make sure that in the future, when the quarantine starts opening up, that we can do the promo then to build the album.
Right.
So it's like, fuck, dude, like, come on.
It's a pain in the ass, definitely.
But I'm super excited.
Get Top on the phone. Yeah, get him on the phone.
I just know whatever this Isaiah Rashad album is going to come up, it's going to be such a fucking great one. And I'm looking so forward to it, man. Looking so forward to it.
I agree.
I know we kind of diverged a little of what our game plan was.
I think we're hitting notes.
Yeah, we're hitting notes. Yeah. We're hitting notes. But it's time to kind of go back to full circle where we're in the beginning. In trailer news, to kind of continue this one, we had a new trailer of Shang-Chi dropping, I think today or yesterday. I forgot what day it was exactly. But Shang-Chi trailer dropped recently. What's your thoughts? What's your opinions? Have you had a chance to see it at all?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, okay. So I was able to see it. It looks, again, like I said in the first trailer, like I was pretty much fully signed in. This one, it takes it from a different direction in terms like it's more like standard Marvel type trailer, but I'm still all for it. I'm still really excited to see.
Well, we definitely need a balance. I love all the craziness going on, but every once in a while we need something grounded.
But I'm saying it was like not showing a lot of like the martial arts in terms of like the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style.
I think they want to show some of that off by now, right?
But I think it was more kind of like showing. It was more so focused on the characters rather than like the combat and the fighting of that one. Because by the looks of it, Awkwafina is going to be a lot more prolific character. Thankfully.
Hell yeah, I'm a big fan of Awkwafina. Sisu's the shit.
Yeah, dude, that show, that movie was so good.
Raya.
And also seeing like, you know, it makes it really clear his dad's big bad guy, and Shang-Chi doesn't want to be big bad guy, so he has to fight his dad, because like, no, Dad, fuck you in the criminal enterprise, I don't want to be a bad guy because I'm a good guy.
Why is it in every like Asian themed action movie, it's always like a family dynamic battle against the son trying to take over the father's hierarchy and be the new villain?
Well,
always.
he's trying to be the hero. He's not trying to be the villain, but it's very much fuck you, Dad.
Well, you also have to know that back then everything was based off of your hierarchy.
Lineage.
But it's like it's modern
society.
Movies, you know,
I know,
from like Rush Hour to Cyberpunk 2077.
True,
you know,
but like,
in the future.
It's true, but like
50 years in the
these
future.
things also like the values like carry on. Like if you look at it, like they values like carry on even into gangs and stuff. Like they still have that family thing that they do. Like it's just a traditional thing that they carry on into different activities of their life, which makes sense because I think that's pretty cool. Honestly, like shit, like I want my son to be badass too. Like,
but I don't want my son to kill me off either.
Honestly, if I was a killer like that, like I want my son to be a badass. Like no one would put, like I'm for that shit. Like yo.
Well, it's random as fuck, you know. Your woman gives birth, you're so proud, I have a son. One day, you will assassinate me.
I mean, if that's what you're, like, because I know mafia gangs and stuff like that, some of them, like, that's what they do. Like, once you become older, you have to take over. And how do you take over? You fucking kill them. Like, you kill the person on top to take over. Like, that's just gang shit.
And from seeing the trailer, like honestly, Shang-Chi is not like one of the little bitch characters that we've been seeing recently.
He's
like,
no Iron Fist.
He's no Iron Fist. He's no, I forget the name of the main character from the most recent Mortal Kombat movie because he was that forgettable.
Oh yeah, he was unnecessary. I don't know why
Shang-Chi looks like he can fuck people up, and that's very well displayed in the trailer. So I'm excited to see how this really plays out.
Hell yeah.
It may be a very stereotypical type of storytelling of this type of like theme, but I'm still down for it. And again, like you said, I feel like we kind of need to take a break from mysticism, especially with how fucking crazy Loki's getting.
Yeah, I haven't seen the third one, but Loki's kind of
it's going everywhere. Nuts. But you know, we'll save that for next week. We'll save that for next week. So there's no spoilers all around because this most recent episode, a lot happened. A lot happened. Well, some other trailers, some other news. Ironically, something we talked shit about recently. And it feels like every time we talk shit about somebody, they're like, oh, wait a minute, we heard these boys talking shit.
And all right. Good out of a sudden.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, we'll make good out of the bet. Borderlands 3 actually has some DLC.
You think about it with the new Ray J.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that.
Because, like, everyone he's dated has become humongous.
That's true. Hey. Isn't that like Vince Staples' whole thing that like
the whole exactly. Ray J? Anything Ray J gets his hands involved in, like whether he gets the credit or not, becomes big, bro.
Yeah, like his headphones.
Yeah, Raycon's fucking huge.
Hey, we're not sponsored by them, but we would like
want us to be. But like I said, Borderlands 3 had new DLC announced, and it looks underwhelming, honestly.
Even if it wasn't underwhelming, don't you think it's a little too late?
It is really late. I think they're trying to wait to like dish out stuff for the movie, but honestly at this point, like, you know, with how buggy the game release was, and seeing this now, it looks like an arena mode, which I don't know if you remember from the first and second one, there's like an arena mode it was like Sergeant Slaughter's arena. And all it was like a wave battle, and at the end of it you fight one of like the bosses you fought early in the game, or like a variation of them.
That's not very original.
And there's strong. Yeah. And that's what it's seeming like. All the bosses seem brand new from how much I got into the game. But it's like, oh, there's no story here. There's no added stuff. I know you guys are having the new Tiny Tina game got announced, so like, yeah. And so that's probably going to be a big where a lot of your storytelling went. But it's like, come on, man. Like, you made people buy a season pass for this shit. Like, there was...
And on top of that, like, we had, like, Borderlands 2 to look back on. Like, non-stop DLC.
Yeah. And fucking great quality. And it's like, man, I haven't even heard anybody really get excited about Borderlands 3
I don't think I've heard
forever.
any talk of Borderlands 3 other than us two buying it and attempting it. But, like, Borderlands 2 was just non-stop. Like, everyone praised the shit out of it.
Wait, quick question. Wasn't there an in-between?
The pre-sequel.
Yeah,
the pre-sequel.
But
even that was shit, but, like...
It was better than 3, though.
Yeah. And that's what the thing is.
3 had, like, better mechanics. It had funner guns. It had funner travel systems. It, like... The gameplay aspect of 3 was a lot more fun than the other games.
And the whole randomization of the weapons you get was insane.
Heck yeah. And then also, like, how much they lean into the random option. You know, you can play, like, you can build, you know, combine all your different skill trees and have so many different effects kind of go together. But it's like, man, the second game and even the pre-sequel, just, like, it felt so much like there was more heart into it. It didn't feel like, because all the stupid, like, you know, it's cool all the stuff that they introduced in Borderlands 3. But I remember the pre-sequel. I'm playing as Claptrap, the fucking D&D wizard who's summoning a fucking disco ball that's shooting laser beams and affecting different random effects and stuff like that. Like, that's fucking hysterical. That's hilarious.
I don't get what went wrong because, like, on top of that, like, it was developed by Take-Two and, you know, Rockstar. So, like, what they, like, if they know they have a IP, like an IP like Borderlands 2, like, they put all the resources and care and the R&D and Q&A to make sure that product will come out great, and they just didn't do that.
Yeah, it just seems so strange to me because everything about the game seemed better and more fun, but for some reason the game didn't feel fun. The game didn't, like, I didn't feel like I was having fun.
Yeah.
Like I did even in the first game.
The jokes weren't really hitting either.
Yeah.
I felt this is just a hypothetical, like, thing, or this is just a theory that I feel.
Speaking.
But, like, I felt like, you know, after the success of Borderlands 1, 2, a bit of pre-sequel, I mean, even though, you know, I think it was, like, it was more of the hype instead of the storyline, because they're like, yo, this shit is selling, so, like, if we put another one out, people will buy it. Like,
and it felt that way.
It felt like that's what they were doing, because it's kind of like, it got to their head, to the point where it's like, anything I do is going to be a banger kind of shit.
Right.
Which is, you know, like, it's a hit or miss, you feel me? Like, and I felt like that's what they were riding, that wave, and it kind of just like, oh, fuck, we kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And it's like, yeah, honestly, that's how I felt. I felt like that game needed to cook a lot longer. So to see some DLC come to it, you know, it is nice, it is cool, but it's like, all right, if I'm comparing you to the first game to the second game, technically the pre-sequel, it's like, this is your Sergeant Slaughter, which was like your first kind of decent large-sized DLC that was away from just a costume pack. Then the other great DLC starts following foot, which I hope for, but I still, like you said, I feel like it's way too late in the game for that. It's way too late in the game for that, and I hope that they come out with something great, and it's not just like, all right, you know, we're gonna throw some stuff out, and then Tiny Tina, that's our real effort in terms of new content. I really hope, because I hope Tiny Tina is really great.
Right.
I hope that's not the only good thing.
Do you think they started Tiny Tina as a DLC and were just like, hey, this could be kind of something, and just focus on that and completely ignored the DLC?
100%.
Yeah.
Because that's how the original one was supposed to be. Like, that's
really?
like, they put so much effort into it, like, there was consideration of releasing it as its own kind of separate thing. You know how, like, Red Dead Redemption had their zombie mode released separately?
Yeah, and Far Cry had Blood Dragon.
So there was talks during the development cycle to do that, but they decided to just keep it as a DLC.
I wouldn't have minded that, so I could have, like, actually played it without having to grind 300 hours to actually play the game. But, like, also have it be a part of that universe and part of that, you know, season pass, like Far Cry and Red Dead.
And that doesn't seem the route that they're going for. So, you know, wins and losses in the Borderlands, but at least we're getting something.
Right.
And the movie may, you know, iron out a lot of the woes we have currently for this series right now.
Well, I'm looking forward to the movie. That's going to be the saving grace for sure.
Definitely. So,
I guess to end it out.
Yeah, to end it out.
You know, we're, I guess, comedy host as well, and we're here to say farewell to a legend, Conan O'Brien.
Very true.
He is leaving TBS. He is leaving late tonight.
Mm-hmm.
After, I think, 28 years. He was on TBS for 10 of it.
Damn, I think that is insane long career.
Yeah, it's insane. And, for the past couple of days, he's been, just bringing in, dope-ass celebrities and, in a cool, more, conversational way. And one of the cool ones he brought in was Seth Rogen, right?
And he smoked a motherfucking joint.
He's like, fuck it, what are they gonna do? Fire me? And it looked like he smoked like a bitch, But he gave when he gave it to Andy, Andy deadass I was like, oh, this one knows what he's doing. That threw me off.
I feel like Conan has to. He's like, I gotta play it off like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But my man,
he smoked it like Elon did. I didn't inhale. Andy's a homie though. He's the gangster.
I mean, Andy's been he's been a real motherfucker since he's been on the silver screen to begin with.
He's the 2021 Doughboy. Move over, Ice Cube. We got a new Doughboy. He deadass looks like the Doughboy too, so he earns a spot.
That's fucking funny. But it is sad to see Conan leave.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be moving on to greener and greater pastures, going from basic cable. Supreme subscription cable.
He's going on to HBO, and then he's making a couple other shows, one with Rob Lowe and shit like that. So you're gonna see plenty of them. He's not gonna disappear.
And he's on HBO. HBO likes to show titties, so seeing Conan and doing something.
I don't think Conan will ever show titties.
I feel like he might.
I don't think he would.
It'd probably be his, if anything.
Definitely his. He likes to take his shirt off a lot for some reason.
Hey man, it's like him and Greg Miller. That's just their thing. That's who they are. That's how they survive.
Yeah, he's so lanky like Jack Skellington too. It's hilarious to see him like ginger Jack Skellington.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what he comes up with.
That'd be so weird. They go full on rated R HBO. He's butt ass nigga with a bunch of chicks, and he's still doing the. Man.
It's now just him and Eric Andre hanging out. Him, Eric Andre, and Zach Fox, the three, just now, all right, yeah, we're new randomly just for the sake of it.
That'd be pretty intense. I could see that happening. Yeah, imagine.
One thing I'm looking forward to for Conan, though, is seeing all the rap guests that he's has on. We talk a lot about hip hop. And Conan.
Does Conan bring all the rap guests?
He from what I've seen of his stuff, he's a lot more inclined to have rap artists on it than a lot of late night show hosts really do.
I would feel like that's more like a Jimmy Fallon thing.
Jimmy Fallon's kind of he's always trying to all artists trying to get the new next biggest motherfucker in there, and I get that. But I don't know. I feel like Conan. There's something about the music choices that he makes and who he has on musically is always really cool. And with an HBO budget, once a week. That'd be really cool to see the performances on there.
Snoop Dogg.
He won't be better than the Bodega Boys.
He won't be better than Bodega Boys.
He'll be the second best late night show.
Oh no,
Or the third.
Depending on. But we're coming for number one.
Yes,
we're coming for number one, and eventually Dave Chappelle's spot.
We're gonna pop. I don't want to get in trouble with New Yorkers. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cardi B, don't come after me. I like the BX.
And before we say anything else,
I will support the local bodega.
I think it's the best time to sign off before
that's where we sign off.
More trouble. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Enjoy the Buzz.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoy what you saw.
Until next week.